Nobody saw that, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, nobody saw it.
No. It's not like I've had to go to the third different video player to watch this video for some reason. I'll have to. I think it's just some graphics driver issue.
I think they might have pills for that. So as you can see from the file screen, which I left up intentionally, we're at nearly 60% of the game completed.
Yay!
Yay!
We still got to get these missions done though.
Well, if only you told that to me who was recording this video.
3 years ago, or however long ago it was.
It was a while. I'm coming up on the about 1 year anniversary of making my latest video for this thread, which is pretty...
Please, don't call the guards. She would have wanted her burial here.
Your wife?
She was to be my wife.
What happened?
In the Cologne, she had a shop. The Borgia moved into the district, and my wife refused to close. They found Monica with 2 thrown knives in her back.
Do you know the killer?
I heard of a woman who takes contracts for Cesare, located near the antique baths.
Leave before you are seen here.
The armored dude in the game.
So why did he bring 2 shovels?
I don't know. Maybe the first one wore out. So this is kind of funny because this Leah DeRusso person doesn't really know why Ezio's going after her. You can chase her around for a bit and she'll wonder what you're doing. Why you're coming after her.
Well, there's a magic man in my head telling me to kill you.
That's as good an explanation as any, I think. Now, Leah is one of the very few characters in the game smart enough to use the rooftops to run away from you. And hey, didn't she have a cape in that database picture we saw? What happened to her cape?
Modeling error.
See, Leah, don't run at the person. Run away from them. This is very simple stuff.
Yes.
And also, if you're going to climb up a wall, do it right the first time. That was a short mission.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Normally it takes a bit longer to catch her because she's parkouring away from you, but not a very difficult one in any case. But thankfully her AI went stupid and ran in my direction to get away from me. It did not work out very well, as you saw.
Yes. Hey, another memory of Christina.
Yep, and this video is going to be dedicated to the ladies again. We're going to be doing a bunch of prostitute missions. Or, I'm sorry, courtesan missions. 2 totally different things.
Yeah. Pietanesca.
This is close to where the catacombs lair of Romulus was.
Yeah. It's a whacked out pyramid, too. Pyramid, just, yeah. Yeah, which one was that? That was the... why can't I think of it?
It was the catacombs one, remember?
Yes. So the last place you have to... I don't think you have to climb to the top of the Colosseum.
No, I do have one thing to do here.
Get the feather that you've been ignoring for like the last 10 videos.
I forgot I didn't get.
I think this is the 4th time you've come for this feather, and finally you picked it up. I forget. I know there's been at least twice where you've missed it.
Oh, and that Borgia flag in the middle of Antico, I was saving that to be my last one, so I'd have a good trophy screenshot, but I had another idea when I went to Il Vaticano.
Yeah, just get the one on the giant, get the little flag on the top of the giant flag.
believe that's the last bit of Antico I have to renovate. This basilica. And I've got a lot of graduates waiting for their commencement ceremony. But again, this is part of being an assassin. Patience.
Or just plain laziness.
You know, whichever.
I don't know which is...
It usually works out the same either way.
Ah, yes, it's this one, which is conveniently located right behind the fast travel spot.
They summoned some assassins, but they seem to be not doing very well. I blame her. How did she get killed? Who did that?
I don't know.
I guess these two guys, but she was a newbie in any case. This is called weeding out the weak. It's still pretty rare for your dudes to get killed. It's not.
You say this after you had a video where you killed 3 of them in a row.
Yeah, well, and that guy got kicked in the nads, so I think we're even.
And he's down a well.
Also, there's a special prompt to close eyes, but I can never get it. I can never seem to get it to work. Yeah, so you can see close eyes, and then Ezio just picks her up and tosses her like a sack full of potatoes.
Are you gonna throw it down the well?
Well, is that worse than picking up her body and tossing it down again?
No, it's leaving it to be scavenged by the wolves and the hungry cannibals of Rome.
Well, I mean, what would happen if we threw her down the well?
She just rot away. Probably going to be wolves or cannibals.
Well, you never know with those people.
Go buy the frickin' thing.
Well, see, I was going to do that, and then one of my idiot comrades got themselves killed.
Yeah, I always love this one because I think this is the one that I always bought last. The 2 times I played Brotherhood. Because I always would look for it, and it's right behind the fast travel point, so I'd go... Or maybe that was the last fast travel point I would ever pick up, because it's the fast travel point. I would go buy the antiquing plate, you know, the landmark, and not the... It's really... I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. How?
I just chalked that up to a lack of effort on Ezio's part. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. At least it's the round nighttime music.
It is pretty good, but, you know, I can't hear anything right now since when I'm playing videos in Windows Media Player, the sound shuts off while recording. But that's okay. Only 2 more. There's one on top of the barracks, and the other one is on Il Campidoglio. Now I gotta get rid of these stupid markers because they're all over the place. And I think the only renovations I have left are in Centro.
Careful. I have fallen from my share of rooftops.
I'm waiting for my lance.
Up here?
He left me after our baby died. Joined up with the Cento Occhi gang. They say he kills now. Pushes men from buildings. I tell them I don't believe it.
But you do.
I do.
What will you say to him if he comes?
I will jump.
Why should you pay for his crimes?
My death will remind him of the man he once was.
He does not deserve your sacrifice. Where is Lance?
Up here. Somewhere.
He will trouble you no more, Madonna.
It's weird because, you know, there isn't really like a rival prostitute gang after you, or... I mean, there are rival soldiers.
I mean, Sean says Cento Occhi 100 Eyes might be a metaphor, but you never know with these people.
There is
I have not seen the man. He could have 100 eyes. I just can't say one way or another.
I'm gonna go lean towards metaphor.
That's possible, yes. It did take me a while to find this guy, unfortunately.
He's in the giant green block, and he's gonna be glowing gold.
Well, no, I think he's going to be glowing yellow because he's run away from. Well, he's going to run away from me very badly. But see what I did there? I equated him glowing, the color of his glow, to his behavior, which is yellow.
No, he's red.
It said yellow.
He's mad at you now. But what was the bonus
Still with
objective
the
for
hidden
this?
blade, just like the Leah de Russo. You'd think this guy would have a little more class than just run across an open field.
Look, the man pushes people off buildings for a living. He's not the brightest man of the bunch. You could have... How are you... How? You just have to aerial assassinate the fucker.
I love how he just started wandering around aimlessly at the end there. That was a good one. I'm glad I did that. Although the Cento Ochi attacking you out in the field, stopping those attacks, they can be sometimes annoying, but they do drop rare materials every now and then, so it's kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing to have them stop attacking you. We have not done a memory of Christina in a while, have we?
So, will this be the one in Venezia?
I think so, but I guess we'll know shortly enough. Soon enough, I should say.
I believe the last one was on the second trip to Florence, on our return trip to Firenze, after we went to visit Mario.
Yep.
Ezio, I was hoping to see you tonight.
I don't have much time. The Doge's party starts very soon.
Nevertheless, I have news. I hear Cristina Vespucci is in Venezia for Carnevale. Weren't the two of you close?
Once.
Perhaps it would have been better not to tell you. She's with her husband. She may not be too happy to see you.
No. It's wonderful. It's Carnevale. With these masks, she need not even know it's me. I know just the way to draw her attention. Grazie, amico.
In order to get into said mission, you had to win a golden mask, and you never actually won the mask, because there was a really stupid dude, and he took the mask from you after you pushed a bunch of people into water.
Well, no, what happened was you won all the games, but at the very end, you got cheated out of it.
I'm trying to remember the... Yeah, I know, I'm just trying to remember the games. Kiss all the girls,
Capture
steal
the
the
flag.
ribbons, do the run through the thing, push the people in the water. There was probably one more.
But then there was about to knock the
fight.
other guy out, and even though you won that fight, didn't matter. They took the gold mask from you. But then you stole it right back.
Yeah, because they kind of figured it. Figured
but
out
then you
it
stole
was
it right back, and then you went to the party, and it was a really cool mission because you had to wait for the Doge to arrive. And while that was happening, some guys were looking around the party for you. And then you had to shoot the Doge while the fireworks were going to cover up the gunshot. It was a good one.
Yes. So this is roughly where the Carnivale was taking place in Assassin's Creed 2 in Venice. I forget exactly which portion. This was the like in the south eastern portion of the map.
I recall there were also some
Central.
feathers hanging around this particular area. It's a very distinctive area because it's wide, it's nice and wide open, and there are not that many wide open areas.
Yeah.
And even after Carnival ended, there were a bunch of clowns wandering around, and they still had the decorations up for many years after Carnival. Or, Ubisoft didn't want to make two totally different maps for Venice, just based on a few missions. One of the two.
Yeah, I can't really blame them. I'd just like to pretend they were really
or there
drunk.
was a big hoopla in the planning committee, and the decorations never actually went down. Regardless, that section of the game did have a model change for Ezio, where he was wearing a mask for the Carnival missions. It's true.
And you were incognito.
Cristina.
Manfredo, when did you get so romantic?
It's you? What the hell are you doing here? How dare you?
Cristina, it's all right.
All right? I haven't seen you in 8 years.
See, I was afraid you wouldn't come if I just asked.
You're right. I wouldn't have. Ezio, the last time I saw you, you kissed me in an alley and then left me behind to be married.
It was the right thing to do. He loved you.
Who cares what he wanted? I love you. You had your second chance. Please, Ezio, don't ever find me again.
Another beginning that's kind of glossed over. It's kind of weird in general.
I mean, Assassin. It's always like relatively weird because Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is only over the span of like maybe
I think it's like
3 years. I think
4 years.
I forget the exact number. It's
something like that.
So something. It's not terribly long exactly, and Assassin's Creed Revelations is also fairly short, only being a few years at most.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed 2 is like 20 or 30
It's
years.
always really rare when a game pulls off this game is happening over the course of decades. It's really hard to communicate that very well, and Assassin's Creed 2 kind of does that, but when you look at this woman's model is very strange. I don't think I've ever seen this model. I mean, I generally don't pay attention to the NPC models, but I think I would remember something like that.
But if you would have me, I'll fight with you.
But anyway, as I was saying, it's always rare. Games usually don't attempt to tell a story that takes place over decades. Assassin's Creed 2 tries that, and to some extent it succeeds, but when you actually start to look at the chronology, lots of weird things happen. Especially if you're like going through the story really quickly, like not doing anything else but the story. Just like years fly by in the course of maybe a half dozen missions.
Yeah. Much less the very end of the game where you like jump like a year or two because you could jump a year or two if you bought it when it came out and they didn't have the DLC in there. And
I've been assured that was an
entire
errand
memory
switch,
sequences.
so I'm sure it's all on the level. Yeah, fastest way to level up is just have one really good assassin and one really bad assassin handle a mission at the same time. They will act as the senpai, if you will.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
The idea behind it, yes?
I don't know, because I don't know what you just said. I try to actively block it out of my memory.
Well, I have
Not
no
as much as you would think. I'm more of a.
I have no
more of an
preconceived notions on which you play any Japanese role-playing game series. I would just assume if you've hung out on the internet long enough, you've heard the word senpai.
Well done, Ezio. The courtesans tell me only the loyal remain.
They speak the truth.
Then let us not delay. Ambassadors from the Spanish king and German emperor have been discovered in Roma, seeking Cesare's support. Impotent, my son.
She loves the murder too. Or she doesn't tell you to murder, just, you know, handle it.
Handles things.
Yeah.
I mean, she was married to an assassin. And was probably.
It is kind of cool in this game because
lots
you
of
think.
Ezio, my sister has been poisoned. A larger dose of the same drug they used on me. We know who sells it. A street doctor named Tommaso. He has the antidote, but not for sale. You must find another way. Hurry, Flora's time grows short.
Turn, what is Maria? Yeah, I think it's Maria Auditore into the mess she was in Assassin's Creed 2. But it is canonical that Ezio went around and found 100 feathers throughout all of Italy. Oh yeah, and back on topic, this is actually a really tight time limit. See, as it stands, I've wasted way too much time getting dehorsed like that and just generally goofing off. But I still think I'm almost sure I wouldn't leave in a failure attempt. I think I just barely come in under the wire.
Yeah. This is. We have to kill some. We have to kill somebody to get the antidote to return it to somebody, right, or something.
And
okay.
It's
like 4 of these missions. I don't know roughly what they are.
You can barrel through as many people as you want on a horse. But if it did act like Assassin's Creed 2, that would be really annoying since you're a lot of the time you're using horses on very congested streets, and getting dehorsed all the time would be very irritating. Sure, let's call that a successful theft.
Yeah. That's right. The bonus objective is to pickpocket without being spotted. I kind of just like to walk up behind them. I think that's the first time I've ever. I'm usually a little more delicate about it with this one. Yeah, this is the problem riding a horse around in Centro. Very, very narrow, tight, windy streets. No really green thoroughfares.
Alright, that's something the horse could do, sir, sure. I'm so close.
Come on. You just gotta keep barreling right ahead.
that was close.
Oh, God.
Oh, just do not kill the doctor. Alright, then.
Yeah.
See, it's actually a pretty bad idea to kill the doctor because, 1, you attract attention, and 2, you have to go through...
Ezio, you banished that spy Giulietta from the brothel, but she continues to give information to our enemy. A Spanish ambassador this time. Her lover. We know he sells secrets to the church. Giulietta fears you now. Use that. Send her right into the arms of her Spaniard and kill him.
Kill only the ambassador.
This is fun.
Never said anything about not mugging Borgia guards, though. It always amuses me that rooftop guards automatically attack Borgia couriers trying to get away from you. It's just so funny to have the couriers run past guards and then you both start chasing him. Or alternatively, the rooftop guard tries to shoot him. Well, I've decided I need to catch this guy
right
for
there.
some probably aconite I don't need. Yeah.
Yeah, Pep, that's actually half decent. Though, I think that's the flag or the treasure map in the...
I believe so, yes. It is for
Vatican
the flag
District
shop quest.
reward.
Unfortunately, preachers are always colored gold, so he's not important.
Giulietta, I know of your treachery.
No, please, Ezio. I can explain.
I don't know if I'd call that fleeing, actually. Seems like kind of a big word to use for casually strolling away.
Yeah. I think you're
Well, we
supposed
need
to
to
be more on
remain
the
incognito.
doing this.
Yeah, I don't know if I was
You're
supposed,
supposed to be
tailing
chasing her
or
for her
chasing
life. No, you're supposed to chase her so that way she goes. She
She's
runs
Spanish
scared to
ambassador.
her bow.
Yeah, now I remember you're
I think
actually
you can pretty much
supposed
go
to be chasing
on now, man.
tail.
Come on.
That guy was just casually searching the hay bale.
They do that. There's a caped crusader about.
Which I kind of resent. A lot of people have capes in the Ezio games. Why do they single me out?
Maybe it's the maybe it's the fact that you're missing a
It's
finger.
a death wish.
Yeah.
Just looks casually swatting at him. Unfortunately, these guys are not making this any easier. And this is why I think the guards automatically aggro you if they see you chasing the woman. This is all turning into a big mess.
It's like I need to start playing the Curb Your
There are a
Enthusiasm.
whole lot of guys who want
I
to
don't
kill
know.
me. But unfortunately, I can't kill them. Spanish.
Oh, that's right. You can only kill
God, I hate these Swift guys. They're the
the
worst.
ambassador. They're gonna come
Well,
after you
sure
because
don't
you're still
seem to
within the
be
area of
just kind
last
milling
scene.
about. Okay, anybody else got a problem with me? I just love how that ambassador guy coming out
Well,
of
thankfully, you
nowhere
don't live
is
too
just
far from her.
charging at this heavily armed man.
Please. I had no choice.
Leave Roma. I do not want to see you here again.
Weapons hanging from his belt. He has a crossbow right behind his back, and this guy still just charges right at him. He was really confident in his ability to punch Ezio to death.
I don't have a good
That's what I'm
explanation.
getting here. And yeah, I think they added this
Yeah,
in this
that's fair.
version of the game. You can manage assassins from certain doorways. I don't remember that being in the original game.
No, it's in the original game. Those
Oh,
doorways are the
wow, I never made
they're
that
not random
connection.
doorways. Those were actually the guard posts that you captured.
It is. We passed by here very
is, the
early
Tomb
in
of
the game
Augustus,
when
I
we were
think.
riding alongside Machiavelli.
Yes, I mean
Yeah.
it's right next to the it's very close to the Rosa del Fiore, but
Now this kind of goes back to my whole,
It's a
it's
nice
not
little area.
obvious, it's not, sometimes it's a bit awkward to tell if you purchased a shop or not.
Ezio, my loyalty to your family has left me in a precarious situation. Rodrigo is trading favors with his foreign ambassadors. He wishes to gain information that will lead him to you. I go to meet with one of his ambassadors. He will demand my help and I will provide none. He may try to respond with violence, which is why you will be watching.
Hidden Blade's getting a lot of work.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I think this is near an area where
Going.
a Harlequin spawns, but I didn't see him, and that's just as well since I wouldn't have beat him up anyway. I just recall it him being around here.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be. I think he would be right off of that pier.
And the Harlequins are really
Actually.
weird in this game because sometimes even when you know where they spawn, they won't spawn. Like most notoriously, there's
Yeah, so you have
one
to
that's
basically just
the
keep
only
leaving
one
and
in
coming back.
Campania that spawns is right on that sort of terraced house just that's overlooking the lake. I've been there. I've been across that house a few times, and not once has he appeared, but he will appear just
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yep.
But yes, but menacing the Harlequins, that will come another time.
And now we have to do a tail.
I mean, to be fair, those Harlequins are jerks.
It's less
Like, if
menacing.
you
more
aggro a
watching
Harlequin, they will chase you around.
repeatedly.
They're not like these pussyfooting guards. They will run you
Oh,
down
yeah.
if they
Oh,
see
yeah.
you.
We-
As Agnes Skinner would put it, they are ill-mannered sacks of crap.
I think Agnes Skinner would say
I still
Seymour.
can't believe that became a
The house
meme,
is
like,
on fire.
overnight.
But look, it's a regional thing.
Uh-oh. He's captured the prostitute. The courtesan, I'm sorry. I hardly think that was fair.
Yes.
Seriously, I still don't really know what happened there. Did he see me?
I think he must have seen
The
you
guy
or
has
something.
excellent instinct, is kind of what I'm getting. Or something weird happened in the scripting that caused
Yeah.
the game to think the guy saw me. Like, what am I doing that's so different here that he doesn't kill the woman?
Yeah. I didn't really try to go right next to the front of it, I guess. That's about all I've got.
Now, I think we've still got a few courtesan missions left. There's a lot of them in this game for some reason. It's like how
Yeah, I think there's one or
what's
two.
his face has so many assassination contracts in
Yeah,
2.
yeah, there are a ton.
There's like 24 of those missions or something. Lorenzo.
Yeah, there were a ton. Oh, yeah. Well, he was running for Florence at the time, so. Alright.